Who is ready to make some science?
Welcome to Free Battle Fridays. I'm your host DeoGenZ, and today a triple battle for you versus Ecker. A question I've been seeing in my inbox a couple times is, what do I base my teams off of? How do I choose basically the Pokemon I decide to put on my teams? How do I know that there is team synergy, especially when it comes to triple battles? Well, friends who have commented and messaged me, I'll tell you that I kind of like to go base a team on a theme. I have like a Safari Zone team from Kanto. This is my clearly Johto team. All the Pokemon you can find in Johto, and I know what you're saying. You can't really find Chansey there, but it's just a Shinkansen, a bullet train away in the Kanto region, so yeah, you can. But yeah, every other Pokemon that's on my team specifically for this match is from the Johto region. And I like to consider strikers and walls, and those who go in between. So I think you could consider my Umbreon and a sort of in-between wall type Pokemon in that it can toxify my opponents, whereas, you know, Chansey's clearly a straight wall. And then you go on to the other side of the spectrum where you're getting more of an attacking but still bulky Pokemon, which would be considered to be Slowking. I've equipped Slowking with an Assault Vest, and what that does is boosts its special defense but limits it to only using its attacking moves, so only moves that cause damage, offensive moves, those are the only ones that Slowking can use. But check this out, Slowking's got a really cool ability called Regenerator. In past episodes I mentioned that there is still some good switch play that you can do back and forth between your Pokemon here to get good benefits, and now that my Chansey is burned, I guess this would be a primo time to show you all how it works. Because the reason that Chansey and Slowking go so great together is they've got conducive abilities. With Chansey, it has a natural cure, so that status effect that's on it now, all I have to do is switch and boom, it's cured. And look at that, Slowking comes back onto the field with a bit more health than it had before. So that's a cool way to get around the limitations that Assault Vest puts on you while still enjoying that special bulk that it gives. So for Steelix here, this is definitely a poke that people could criticize, but as you've seen in past matches, it's really come in handy for me, so I enjoy using it, and its Mega Form is just so damn cool. I know if you want to consider competitive metagame play, that Aggron Mega Form pretty much outclasses Steelix in every way. And I'm aware of that, but again, this is a Johto-themed team, and that's why it's really fun when you're making your own teams to just come up with some random theme. You know, come up with the random theme and then come up with the power cores that will make it up. Just consider you'll need a couple of walls, you'll need a couple of hard hitters, and you might need a cleric or two, which is like Umbreon, or, you know, even my Chansey has some clerical abilities, although it is majorly a wall against my opponents. The reason it can do that so well, you know, set up cleric status effects, is because it has such high health, ability to reheal itself, and can also remove status abilities by simply switching. And that's why it's a spectacular Pokemon and it's a strong wall for me. But even if you're doing something like a monotype team, you'll find that there are different morphologies of Pokemon, you know, the biology of Pokemon. If you look at a Pokemon and it looks thick and bulky, like a Chansey is so fat, or a Steelix is just so sturdy looking, well, chances are it probably has some naturally high defense or special defense. So if you really don't know much about metagame, you're just getting into these videos to see what some possible team combinations could be for you in your own game, well, that's a good thing to consider. You know, definitely go with your favorites. Typhlosion, although, again, you know, it's competitively speaking not great. I think it's in the never used category. And again, it's metagame talk, so there are different tiers that have arisen based in the Pokemon community. So never fear, if you have a team member that is not the strongest in metagame, you could still pull out a victory if you're determined enough and have some supporting pokes. I've been DeoGenZ, bringing you a Free Battle Friday, hoping I'm helping you in your metagame matches. And hey, if you enjoy this content, you want to support me and get involved in the community more, consider Patreon. I give away shinies to all my patrons and enter them into battle tournaments so they can be premiered on this series. So I'll see you in the future.